All right, family day out to the mall. This is called One Bangkok Mall. Okay, it's not as big as MBK Mall, but it might be. I don't know. We didn't walk through the whole thing of that mall or this mall, but just coming in, you got to come in underground. It looked like this thing had about 8 levels. So yeah, and they got like an indoor water park, a couple of indoor amusement parks. Yeah, just blew my mind, man. Like this mall is like way more calmer than the NBK mall. But we came here after service, and man, I'm just realizing I'm like, man, we are really blessed, man. Like, look at this, got some tandoori chicken with I don't even know what this is, but it looked good in the picture, and it tastes like how it looked in the picture. You feel me? So we grubbed and again, man, I'm just realizing how blessed we are because a lot of people, especially like family members, don't go out there, don't bring the kids out there, y'all. You torturing them and this and that. But man, we asked the kids the other day, hey, you guys want to go back to America? They're like, no, we do way more. We spend more time with you guys. And, I realized, I was like, you know what, man? Like, why wouldn't they want me not to be here? Not to have my wife have more time with the kids and them to see their father and be mentored by them. And man, I remember in America, I was working 60, 70 hour weeks, man, truck driving locally. And it was hard to get some time with them on the weekends, and sometimes working that 6 day. And, when you're working too much, you and your spouse don't see each other a lot. And y'all argue a lot, man. And just that rat race, that matrix, man, it's not designed for the man coming up. It's really not, man. And as stuff gets more and more inflated and expensive, yeah, it starts to get to people, man. And you realize a lot of people value you based on how much money you bring in and what you can do for them. And things become more transactional. And that's not how God designed things. But I realize it's just the system. When the system puts pressure on people, it causes people to change, man. But I'm just blessed, man. I'm just super grateful because this trip right here, we ate, we took the kids to the fun indoor jumping slash music amusement park slash little, it had everything in this place. And man, it costs like less than $150, and that includes our rides, that includes our lunch, that includes the admission, all six of us to get in. And you're gonna see this place in a minute because places like this back home, like in Houston, they had Cosmic Air, and in Colorado, it was, Jumpaling and all that. For all six of us, man, it was running like $120, $140 for all of us to get in. So my wife and I, we started we're just going to let the kids jump, But this trip, man, we walked up in this place and, it was only $64 for 6 people for 2 hours. Okay. And a lot of these other places back in America, man, you get 90 minutes, 60 minutes, and I'm just like, wow, I'm blown away. And man, time you can't get back. So even though it was kind of nerve wracking coming out here, those feelings go away when it's just you and your family and you're instilling in your kids and you're watching them grow, watching their personality develop, and it's just a blessing, man. And I'm just so glad to see my wife finally, be able to do what she wants for herself and invest in herself and in her health mentally, spiritually, and physically for once because, man, America was like every year it was just getting harder and harder. And, I feel like God brought us in the right direction coming out here to Thailand. So, I'm mindful of that. And the people that have something negative to say, On the social media videos and stuff like that. I'm like, man, you guys, I don't understand. How can you be negative about kids having their more time with their parents, less time working for the man? Eating non-GMO food. So it's crazy, and I could go on about that, but just check this place out, man. So we got the tightrope, hanging out with the kids, and I just want to show y'all like this, man. Just this right here, okay? 2 hours. We actually got bored and ran out of time, or we left early. Excuse me, because we was like, damn, man, 2 hours is a long time, but we came out that mug sweating. Look at that, I got the basketball. I know you seen it after jumping in, but there's more to this place, man. This is just a piece. You know what I mean? Bam, and the hoop talks to you, whatever. So you keep score everywhere. A lot of things in kids' places that was discontinued, I noticed in Thailand, they still have those rides and those activities like the rainbow ride that was discontinued. And some of my earlier videos, I showed those rides at the other indoor amusement park. Look at this. Remember this? The Speed of Light game at Dave & Buster's? They got that up in here. You don't need no arcade card. They combine the trampoline park with the arcade within this thing. So, me, I'm a big old kid. I'm having fun, dunking on my son. Bow! Look at that. Boy, he ain't ready yet. It ain't his time. You know what I mean? Look at that wifey out there. Look, and the technology. People talk about technology in Asia. And this is one of the perks right here. Look at that. They got mini games on this screen. So he's playing soccer right there. But they got like platform old school Sega Genesis games that they put you in while you're on a trampoline, playing it and battling the bosses. When have you seen something like that in America? And if you do see it, how much is it gonna cost you? Think about that, man. Like, really. Look at that. They got over 20 games on this thing. I was blown away. And this is in like the bouncy part, and they have an upstairs. We didn't even make it to the upstairs portion. Okay, and they got an indoor rock climbing thing too. Like, again, it's in a huge mall, so it's an indoor amusement park. Think about Six Flags being compacted into a mall. That's how they do it in Asia. Look at that, wet. Ooh, the jumper is wet. They used to call me Young Steph Curry back at Central High School, you feel me? Gotta show my son what it is. He didn't believe me, so I had to showcase. Let him know that shot leaving with no face. Bow! Let him know what it was, slam on him again. But anyway. Yeah, man, so this is just one section of the piece. I'm gonna get to the other sections real quick. I ain't gonna hold you. Also got the snack bar in here, man. We're gonna go over here. That's my other son. This is another mini game. They just got mini games everywhere. This game was pretty cool. Play back and forth, try to throw it in the little hole right there. But yeah, man, we just having fun. This is just a small piece of the area, and the kids are just being entertained for so long. We just stuck to this area for a little bit. So I'm gonna take you to other places here in a minute. And by the way, the other families were super friendly. Everybody's super polite. You ain't gotta worry about no weird stuff like you're gonna stand out like a sore thumb, because you're not. You're gonna see other nationalities in these places. This is Bangkok. It is a major city. So be mindful of that. It's no different from being back home. These people, they treat you the same. They're merely going based off of character. So that's one of the. Ooh, wet, man. That jumper, y'all, man. Look at that. He's mad now. He want to dunk on me, but that ain't gonna happen though. Denied. Look at that. Young man fouled me on the way too. Boy, it ain't his time. Pants falling down and stuff. Look at that. Shame on him. So you guys, when you think about just leaving your comfort zone, and you always feel like, you're kind of the black sheep and people always got something to say about you, even though you're doing the normal things in life, that's a sign. Like, even my family, man, a lot of those guys are the biggest haters. Those that know me know that if you're doing something different, you're doing something out of the box, they're generally not going to like you, and they're going to talk about you and gossip about you, and you're going to hear about it from another person. But I notice there's always the people that either ain't left that place, ain't did nothing different, ain't did nothing great. It's been in the same spot for 40, 50 plus years. And I noticed the sign. I'm like, man, like the devil had them stagnant. So me and my wife, we just pray for those people, man. And we ask God to bless them. And God continually just increased us. Things got better the more they talk. Things got even better the more they hated and the more we love back. The Bible says, when you pray for your enemies and they seek to destroy you, it's like you're reaping hot coals of fire on their head. So because really all I ever was a working man. Me and my wife, we been together since, she was a sophomore, I was a junior, and we've been together, since then, and we in our 30s, man. 17 years later, like, it's a blessing. And usually in big black families, man, people don't like seeing you get what they feel like they should have got, and we didn't do nothing to receive it. We just was, being submissive to the Lord.
Yep, respect.
So, yeah, man, we just having fun. I'm just showcasing.
Like my hands.
They got jobs out here, and it's so easy, man, to where you got your diploma, you just get a job. You're not even working 40 hours a week. So you're not tired. You're not overworked. Hot breath, stink, attitude coworkers who are stressed out, treating you bad. Ain't none of that here. That's not a culture here. It's totally different. In America, like, you realize, man, we were sheltered. We didn't realize we were sheltered and lied to until we got out here. And I'm like, man, that's the biggest scam. I didn't even touch too much on like the food part, but when it comes to the food, man, like, geez, man, we eating desserts and snacks and not gaining a pound, still losing weight, still feeling good. But back home, it was like, man, you ate one too much of something. It was a wrap, or you just stuck on a toilet. So I noticed one thing is that as a family, we have more energy. We don't need as much sleep as we used to. We're not run down. Even after this day, like, we've been out since 10:30, and we didn't get back home until 7:30, and we were still like energized. We wasn't feeling all defeated and ready to crash out. Like, we felt tired, but not like back home. So that kind of lets you know, like, dang, like, what is going on? But nah, man, it's just a blessing. But that's my little rant for the day. Y'all be blessed. Tap in.